have him. Bring him in. You, not my queen. Right, I forgot. Your god still doesn't like Queen Jezebel and King Ahab. You worship lies. You really think that? That Baal is a lie? There's only one God. And where is he? I know where Baal and Asherah are. I sacrificed to them last week. Where is this God you love so much? If he's so glorious, where are his priests? Why are his altars forgotten while the altars to Baal are stained red with sacrifices? Answer me. If your God is so great, where is he?
He doesn't need you or me. He is.
Right. What does that mean? Husband, my new friend was just explaining something about his God.
Lord. The Lord will judge Israel for her sins. Your sins and hers.
No one talks to me like that. I am Jezebel of Tyre, daughter of Ithabel and queen of Israel, high matron of Samaria and priestess of Asherah. Your God is so great, see if he can save you. Or not.
The Lord is not mocked.
Ahab, dearest, what am I supposed to do? These prophets keep pronouncing judgments against me and you. I intend to do something.
Like what?
If they won't sacrifice to Baal and insist on speaking out against you, and these God worshippers are a threat. We can either wait for them to rile up the people against us, or
what?
you can let me handle it.
Elijah!
What's going on?
Jezebel is wiping out all of the prophets of the one true God. What better place to do it in a village that houses the school studies Torah? Now, get your things and go. We're sending away all the students.
But I won't leave, even if they are here. I'm not going to leave you here to die.
You most certainly will. You will leave this hour and you won't look back, understood? Elijah, you have to go. If you don't, who'll be left to teach the people about the Lord?
What about you and the other masters?
We've spoken and decided to stay. It's about what time we can for you and the rest of the students to escape. You have to head into the hills, try and go south. If you can make it to Judah, King Jehoshaphat may protect you. Here. Go! You must!
You come too, please.
You know I can't. I'll slow you down, then neither of us will make it. You're the teacher now, Elijah.
May the Lord bless you and keep you. May He make His face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the countenance of the Lord fall upon you. May He grant you peace. May He grant you peace.
Elijah! What are you doing here?
Uncle Elijah! I didn't think you'd be back for another month.
Good to see you too, Lila. Is my sister...
Hannah and Nathaniel are both out in the vineyard. They'll be back later.
Thank you, Spilha. If your mother and father are out in the vineyard, what are you doing here?
Grinding flour.
Well, that sounds like an important job.
Doesn't feel like it. Dad let Tabitha go pick grapes, and she's only 10.
Well, you want to know a secret?
Mm-hmm.
Because Tabitha couldn't grind grain if her life depended on it.
Lila, that grain is not going to grind by itself.
Grandma Bilha, I'm almost finished with the flour.
As long as you make sure you get it done.
Did you see there was a big fire up in your direction a few days ago? We could still see the smoke the next morning.
Yeah, I saw the smoke. What's been going on here?
Not much. Orly had her baby, and Eli...
Elijah?
Shalom, Iman.
The priest let you come back during harvest time?
Sort of.
Here you go, Grandma.
Thank you, Mimey. Can you please take these inside and rinse them off?
Now.
Yes, now.
Okay, Grandma.
Now, Elijah. What happened?
It was Queen Jezebel's men. They had a priest of Baal with them, Balthazar.
You're sure?
Yes. They burned everything. The houses, the orchard, the vineyards. They murdered everyone.
But why, Elijah?
The queen is determined to wipe out every last priest of God.
You think they'll come here? Looking for you? You think you'll be safer out on your own? Oh no, Elijah.
Look, it's not safe for you, any of you, if I stay here. If anyone asks, I just pass through. That way no one will get in trouble.
But first you must rest and eat. Soldiers will find a dead man by the roadside unless you strengthen yourself first.
But...
I'll bring you food and provisions for your journey.
What are you reading, Uncle Elijah?
It's a book of the Law of Moses.
Really? What does it say?
A lot of things. Do you...
Read it, read it.
He sets before us a blessing and a curse, to love the Lord and keep His commands. Turn away from the Lord and turn to other gods, and He will shut up the heavens, and there will be no rain.
Wait, could you read that last part again?
Turn away from the Lord and worship other gods, and He will shut up the heavens, and there will be no rain.
Other gods? Do you mean like Baal?
Yes, Lila, like Baal.
Mom's been going
What?
to the shrines in the mornings. She told me she wanted to have another baby. That's not so bad, is it?
It is bad, Lila. There's only one God. It doesn't matter what the others do and say.
Well, how do you know?
Well, you know the stories that I told you about Moses and Gideon and David?
Mhm.
All the things they did, it's because they worshiped the one true God. Baal didn't split the Red Sea down the middle. Baal didn't send the plagues on Egypt. And when David killed Goliath, it was because he prayed to God, the one true God, not the ones they carve out of tree stumps.
I'm sorry.
It's not your fault. It's not wrong to ask questions.
Now eat. You're not leaving already. You just got here.
I'm sorry, Lila. There are bad people after me, and I don't want them coming here.
Why are they after you?
It's because I believe in God. They don't.
I will miss you.
I'll miss you too. Lila, promise me something. Don't worship Baal or Asherah or any of the other false gods, even if everyone else does. Promise me you won't?
I won't. I promise.
Where will you go, Elijah?
I guess I'll find out when I get there.
You promise you'll be back when this is over?
When it's over. Bye.
Bye.
So, where did they find him, Obadiah?
In Tanakh, yesterday, in the evening, and now he is here, my king.
Tanakh to Jezreel, overnight. They made good time. Go get him.
All night they've been walking, and you want to see him now?
Just bring him in.
King Ahab, the prophet Elijah. Elijah, Ahab.
So, you're the prophet Elijah that I've heard so much about. I don't suppose you know who I am.
You're King Ahab of Israel.
Indeed. I wanted to talk with you about your God.
What do you mean?
I mean, I'm tired of his followers constantly harassing me. I was hoping we could come to some sort of understanding. If you want to worship your God, fine. I prefer Baal, but I can definitely offer a few sacrifices to your God if that would appease him. I could even offer you a position as a palace priest, if the sacrifices need to be done in some particular fashion.
Appease the Lord? A few sacrifices?
Then what do I have to do to get your God to leave me alone?
Tear down the altars to Baal and destroy the golden calves at Bethel with Dan.
That is not going to happen. Why does your God care if I worship Baal? Does he need a certain number of prayers? I can arrange that.
He doesn't need prayers.
Then why does it seem to matter that everyone worship him?
Because he is the one true God, and the truth matters to him. You cannot worship both the Lord and your statues of Baal and Asherah. He demands a choice.
Ah, my queen. I'd like to introduce you to the prophet Elijah.
Found him.
Yesterday.
He's still alive.
Because I was talking with him. I was trying to resolve things amicably.
Resolve things amicably. And can you?
Unfortunately, I don't believe so.
So, since you're here, little prophet, do you have any final words from your God?
I do. Because Israel continues to worship false idols, the word of the Lord is clear. There should be no rain nor dew upon the land, but according to my word.
I see. Obadiah,
Wait. So, if I understand this correctly, you're saying there will be no rain anywhere in Israel until
I ask for the rain to return. And that will only happen when Israel repents and turns to the Lord as their God.
let him live.
Obadiah, take him outside.
This is perfect.
Perfect? How is this perfect? Did you not hear any of what he just said about the rain?
Don't tell me you actually believed him.
You don't.
No, he's obviously out of his mind. That's why we need to let him go.
You suddenly have a soft spot for crazy.
Look, I don't care what he says. It is going to rain. But he obviously believes his own lunatic fantasy, so let's use that to our advantage.
How?
Let him tell the world. Let him go out and tell the whole nation that until they stop worshipping Baal, there won't be any rain. It's summer, so it won't rain for a little while anyways. Everyone knows that, so no one will get too nervous until fall. Early fall, I'll have my priests go around making sacrifices to Baal. You know what will happen? Baal will send rain. It doesn't even have to be that much. But it will prove him wrong, and nobody will believe in his God after seeing that.
Obadiah, bring him back in. I have made my decision. You're to be set free.
Wait, bring him out. Set free?
You heard what I said. Let him go. He's to be allowed to travel the kingdom and preach, unmolested.
It's your lucky day, little prophet. Go out and tell the world what you just told us.
I don't know about you, but I didn't see that coming. So, you're the one they call the prophet Elijah. How did you... I mean, I thought you'd be taller, maybe like a long fluffy beard or something.
That wasn't me. That was what the Lord has spoken.
Not you, eh? I've never seen that before. You should probably leave before they come back and change their minds. But wait, what you said about the rain, is that true?
It is. I've asked the Lord not to send rain until Israel repents.
Oof, until Israel repents, eh? This could take a while. The Lord go with you, Elijah.
And you, Obadiah. People of Jezreel, the Lord has decreed his judgment upon Israel. There should be no rain nor dew upon the land. Ha! You missed it, cross-eyed ravens! Oh, shut it. You're just jealous because she's better aim.
Hey! You! Where did you get that lamb? Those birds yours?
They're not mine, but they hang around sometimes. Why?
One of them stole my lamb. That lamb. Well, are you gonna do something about it?
Look, I'm sorry. I got a few bits of silver left if you want. Look, I'm sorry about all this. Look, why don't you stay here and have dinner and we can talk about it?
You live around here, Raven Man?
For now. Yeah. What about you? You got a name?
Jaren. I help with the flock. They're up there a little ways north looking for grass. When your bird stole my lamb, I saw it dipping down to the canyon. I thought I'd better try and get it back. Not like it matters anyway.
What do you mean?
You didn't hear? There's been no rain? Anywhere? Not a drop all winter? The grass was already dry from summer, and in some places it was barely growing. What are the sheep supposed to eat? It should have rained by now. At least a little. It's all Prophet Elijah's fault. Don't tell me you haven't heard about him either.
The guy that said there wasn't going to be any rain?
Yeah, that guy. You know there's a reward out for him.
There is?
Yep, 200 silver shekels for whoever can bring him to King Ahab alive. I wish I'd seen him. He was near my village a while back. My mom said he was crazy, but...
Which village was that?
Ramah,
Has anyone tried praying to Baal for rain?
you didn't hear? How long have you been down here? Well, I guess you missed it then. A few months back, the king and queen made this big proclamation about how they're going to sacrifice the sun god Baal. They said it would ensure rain and a good harvest. So they had messengers summoning elders from all over the kingdom to come and witness. My friend's dad went. He said they had this huge festival with drums and flutes, and the queen herself got up and sacrificed a bunch of bulls to Baal. She said it would bring rain and harvest weather.
They don't feed you shepherds too well, I take it.
Not really.
Is there not much to eat?
The way the grass is looking, they'll probably have to slaughter half the flock by next summer if we don't get any rain. In that case, there'll be plenty to eat.
Just not for you. Look, I'm sorry. Is there anything I can do to help?
I don't suppose you could get your ravens to bring another lamb. A live one?
I don't think they work that way.
Well, could I at least take the ear to prove I found it?
Yeah.
Thank you. Do you think it's going to rain?
I don't think so.
You don't?
Well, I mean, the prophet Elijah said it wasn't going to rain, and so far it hasn't rained, so...
I guess that's true. I just just don't understand why Baal won't just send rain, though. Some of the other shepherds said it's because he's angry with the king and queen for letting Elijah go around speaking against him. We've been sacrificing to him.
Sacrificing to Baal?
Who else? It doesn't seem to be working. Anyways, thanks for the food and the ear. I better be getting back. Tell your birds to stop stealing my lamb, okay?
I'll see what I can do. Take care of yourself, Jaren. Baal is angry because of Elijah's preaching. Seems Israel needs to come to a more truthful conclusion.
Oh, Ashira, grant me beauty. Bring us great quantities of money.
Bring us a great profit today.
Bring us as many men as possible today. Come on.
Dima!
Istra?
I've missed you so much. How are you?
It's been tough. These last few months without Simeus, I just miss him so much.
I'll bet it's been hard. Thank Baal you still have your son. How is Hammond?
Oh, he is well. He misses his father.
Dima, listen. It'll be fine. I was on my way to the temple to pray to Baal for rain. You should come too.
I have nothing
So
to...
do you want to come?
Not right now. I have to go.
Well, let me know if you need anything. All right, Dima?
All day long, my disgrace is before me, and shame has filled my face. I'm the taunt of my neighbors, and the derision and the scorn of those around me. Why do you hide your face from me? Why am I forgotten? Is there anyone who can see me? Is there anyone who hears? All day long, my disgrace is before me, and shame has filled my heart. At the words of the taunters and revilers, at the looks of derision and hate, all day long, my disgrace is before me, and shame has filled my soul. At the rejection of my friends, at the death of all my hopes. Why do you hide your face from me? Why am I forgotten? Is there anyone who can see me? Is there anyone who hears? I am broken, I am hungry and alone. I am sinking down forever into dust. I am broken, I am hungry and alone. I am sinking down forever into dust.
Excuse me, ma'am?
What?
Is this Zarephath?
Yes, it is. Are you looking for someone?
Kind of. I'm not sure exactly.
I'm not sure. Why are you here?
Would you believe me if I told you God said for me to come here?
Baal told you to come here?
No, not Baal. The Lord, the Israelite God.
If you don't mind, sir, what's your name?
You can call me Elias. Would you bring me a little water in a cup? It's been a long trip and I drank the last of mine an hour ago.
I suppose I can. I'll be back in a minute if you want to wait.
Thanks. Bring me a bite of bread too. Are you okay?
I don't have any.
Any what? Are you alright?
Any bread, sir? I swear by the Lord your God, I don't have a single piece of bread in my house. I only have a little oil in the bottom of the jug and a handful of flour left in the jar. I was just gathering sticks to cook this last meal and me and my son will die. I'm sorry, sir. Just please find someone else.
What if I could help?
What do you mean?
Don't be afraid. Go do just what you said, but prepare a little bread for me first. Then use what's left, prepare a meal for yourself and your son. For this is what the Lord, the God of Israel, says. There will always be flour and oil left in your containers until the Lord sends rain and the crops grow again.
Your God said that? To me? Well, how do you know?
Because he told me to come here and find a widow who'd have food. I thought it was a strange plan, too.
The Lord, the Israelite God, sent you to a Phoenician widow. To me? And you say I'm not going to run out of flour or oil.
That's what he said.
Okay, my house is this way.
Nicias used to be a trader, so he knows stuff. Nicias told me if you sail all the way west as far as you can, even past Tarshish, the Great Sea gets narrower and narrower until you can almost throw a stone from one end to another. Then, if you sail even further, there's these two mountains on either side, and if you go through them, there's another sea that goes on forever with giant winds and waves and storms. I want to see that.
Nicias said that, huh?
Yeah, he told me about the sea of islands to the north where the Hellenes live. They live in these little cities and fight each other all the time. He even showed me one of their helmets.
Hammond, you've been talking nonstop ever since we came in.
Your mom seems like a good cook.
She is. She wants me to bring home a big fish for her to cook.
Do you like to fish, Hammond?
Well, I haven't actually caught any yet, but Nissy said he'd bring me up to a place where I could get really big ones.
You know, I've never been fishing.
Really? Why not?
I guess I've never really lived in a place where I could.
Well, hopefully when Nicias takes me fishing, you can come along.
That'd be fun.
He does have an extra pole.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Mom,
Don't talk with your mouth full.
Mom, I'm so hungry. Can we have some more bread?
Hammond, you're always hungry. There is no...
More sounds good to me, too.
did you do? What did you do to my pot?
What do you mean? I've been in here with Hammond the whole time.
How did you know?
I told you, God is true to his word. Trust me, this isn't the strangest thing I've seen this week. Your bread was great, by the way.
Thank you.
If you want to thank someone, thank God.
Thank you, God of Elias.
Mom,
What, Hammond?
when are you gonna make more bread?
Yes, more bread.
What do you think?
It's big. How did they build all this?
The wealth of the world flows through Tyre. All those ships have to bring in something.
Still, it's...
Chaotic? Don't stare.
What?
At the beggars. They'll assume you have something for them. Elias, they're not real beggars.
What?
It's a job. They dress up to look pitiful and sit there to make a living begging. Some of the ones with their heads down aren't even women. They're men who dress the part. They make their money off people coming in from the countryside who don't know any better. You would know. Go away.
Are you sure?
No, please go. Yes, I need to go. Simeus and I used to live here before Hammond was born. If you watch long enough, you'll see some of the beggars leave and others replace them later today. They work in shifts. Do you? It's a scam.
Well, how do you know who the real beggars are then?
You don't.
Please stay near me. I don't know if I could find you if we got separated.
Dima, I want to try to find some pots. Let's try the booth over there.
Come on.
I am poor, I am feet. See my rags in the street. Look at me, what a deal. Just a coin or two is all we really need.
Make your way, my sword is drawn. Make a path.
Don't stay long. Worship Baal, pay the price. Make a sacrifice is where the power lies.
We need to get some fishing line first.
I need that. This is mine. Give it back. Not enough. That's too much. Just a coin or two is all you really need. Rain, the times are hard. The priests say Baal cannot be far. We must give him what he wants, but there's none to spare. Is it her God
Move it!
What? Hey, I'm not supposed to.
I said move it!
Hey, come on, man. Are you stupid? Don't mess with the guards.
What's going on here?
You're not from around here, are you? Sacrifices.
You promised me when he got sick. You promised me he would get better. It's too soon. How could I have known it would be so soon? You promised me.
Dima,
You promised. You promised your God would save him.
I'm sorry, Dima.
I am too. I'm sorry I believed that your God cared.
Don't say that.
Don't say what? That your God stole the one good thing I have left? That Hammond is dead because you lied to me?
Dima, God does care about you. Go open up your pot of flour or your pot of oil if you don't believe me.
I don't want flour or oil. I want my son back. I would smash every pot in this house if it would bring him back. Tell me it will. I should have gone to the Temple of Baal. Esther was right. I've ignored the gods and they've taken.
Baal wouldn't have saved Hammond.
How do you know? How do you know? Your God couldn't save him? How do you know Baal couldn't?
Because I saw, Dima. Because I saw the way they worship Baal and Tyre. And the God that you worship, he doesn't care about children, except for to devour them.
Is that what this is about? This is about Tyre, isn't it? About what the high priest does. The children they kill. Is this your God's vengeance on me? What do you have against me, man of God? Have you come to remind me of my sins and kill my son?
I loved him too. If I could have saved him, I would have. God, why? Why? Why have you brought me here to save this widow and her son? Only to let him die. I don't understand why.
Why is everyone I love dead?
Give me your son.
What?
Give me your son, please. God, why have you brought tragedy to this widow? Let this child's life return to him, O Lord. O Lord, let this child's life return to him. Hammond? Hammond, you're alive.
Elias?
How do you feel?
Fine. A little tired. And hungry. Why was I sleeping down here?
You were a little sick. We wanted to keep our eyes on you.
Hammond?
Hi, Mom. Did you bring me some bread?
See? Your son lives.
Oh, my son, you're back. Thank you, Elias.
I'm not sure I had much to do with it.
Yes, you did. Now I know for sure that you are a man of God and that the Lord speaks through you.
Mom,
What is it?
I'm hungry. Want breakfast?
Yes, breakfast.
Bail, send the rain, rain. Bail, send the rain, rain. Bail the powerful, we beseech thee. Come hear our plea. Send rain upon our land once more, and take this sacrifice as proof of our devotion.
Obadiah, sir, where have you been?
In the stables, checking on things.
And how are they?
Half the horses will be fine if we have half to feed for half the season.
Half a season? That's it?
Or if you'd like, we can do half of that. You pick. There's very little food or forage. What did you expect after these 3 years without rain? A bountiful harvest?
There must be food somewhere.
Well, where there's water, there's food. No rain, no water, therefore no food.
You have to do something. Go throughout the land, to every spring and valley. Perhaps we'll find water and be able to save some of the animals.
What springs? What valleys? It's all as dry and thirsty as the rest of us.
Head up to Carmel and Megiddo. You may find something there.
Head north, he says. Megiddo, he says. I'm not sure what he expects I'm going to find. Little people were starving.
Obadiah! Obadiah! I'm terribly sorry to interrupt you, but we're getting painfully short of wine and oil. If we do not get more soon, there may not even be bread for the king himself to eat.
I know. Why are you telling me things that I already know? There's no wine, there's no water. Pretty soon, there's no Obadiah.
But what about fresh meat or fruit?
Wait, there isn't any? You're always telling me things that I already know. Well, you'd have to tell me tomorrow. I have to leave for today.
But
Hey, who do you think I am, Elijah or something? Goodbye already.
we're starving.
I don't care. Everyone! There should be a distribution later today, not now. Look at you, man. Nothing to eat today, eh? Elijah told you there'd be no rain, but did you listen? You could have stored up grain or something. It's not like he was hard to understand. No rain means no rain. And no rain also means no food. So let me go. I have nothing for you.
Please.
No, you, Ahab. You're the problem. You've ruined this kingdom. Should it be this kingdom or the kingdom of Israel?
Maybe I should leave you and your friend to yourself. Elijah?
Greetings.
Elijah? In like the flesh? And looking well fed, I might add. Is it really you, Elijah?
Obadiah?
Obadiah, your servant.
You mean King Ahab's servant.
Yes. Your servant, Ahab's servant. He may be well fed, but a slight bit confused.
I've come to talk to Ahab. Go tell the king Elijah's here.
Did I say confused? I should have said demented. Are you serious?
Typically. Why?
He wants to know why. I'll tell you why. It has been 3 years, you know. Has no one told you that Jezebel has tried to kill all the prophets of the Lord? I can tell by your face, this does not surprise you. 100 prophets living in caves, and every day I bring food and water to them. Now all of a sudden, you just walk in and tell your master Elijah's here. What do you think Ahab and Jezebel will do when I tell them that? I'll tell you what they'll do. Kill me. That's what.
Obadiah, I'm not trying to get you killed. I really am here to talk to Ahab.
Where have you been the past 3 years? And now he wants to talk. Do you realize the price Ahab promised to anyone who found you? He doesn't. Of course he doesn't. Have you realized the situation that Israel's in? He hasn't. Of course he hasn't. And now all of a sudden, hey, I'm here to talk to Ahab. 3 years you've been gone, and what has he done? No one knows.
I've been busy. but now I'm here to finish it.
Finish things, he says. Wait, finish things? Really? Truly? We're gonna finish the drought?
Yes. I swear by the Lord God Almighty, in whose presence I stand today, that I will speak to the king this very day.
Well, no time to waste. Let's go.
Is that you destroyer of Israel? Me? I have not destroyed Israel, but you and your father's house have, because you've disregarded the Lord's commands and followed the Baals. Now, summon all of Israel to meet me at Mount Carmel, along with the 450 prophets of Baal and the 400 prophets of Asherah who eat at the queen's table.
Or I could just kill you. I think I prefer that way.
I suppose you could. Take it you like things this way? No rain and all? Dead horses, dead livestock, dead subjects? If that's what you want, by all means. Personally, I could do without the heat. But if that's what you want, then sure, kill me. Good luck finding someone else to pray this whole mess away. From now on, it's dust for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I suggest moving your kingdom somewhere else.
And if I do meet you at Mount Carmel,
then we end this. End this feud between Baal and God and determine who the real Lord is. And then we ask whoever wins to bring back the rain.
very well. 7 days. Mount Carmel. You had better be there, Elijah.
At dawn, I'll be waiting.
Hey you, Raven Man. Or should I say Elijah?
And you're Jaren from the Kirith Ravine.
I'm surprised you remember me. This is my friend, JL.
You've come such a long way. It's good to see you again, Jaren.
It's good to see you too.
How have you been faring?
They say you're here to bring back the rain.
Well, we'll see. It depends on if Balthazar and the prophets bother to show up.
They're here. They arrived last night. Why didn't you tell me who you were back at the brook?
I'm sorry, Jaren. I was afraid, I guess, but things have changed.
Things have changed. I see you're not afraid anymore, challenging Baal and Ahab and all the priests. Can your God do it, Elijah? Bring rain.
Sure thing, Jaren. I'm glad you're here.
Uncle Elijah!
Lila?
Uncle Elijah, we've missed you!
Lila! You've grown in 3 years. How have you been?
Not great. Not with the famine and all. But you're here now. Where have you been? You know the king actually came to town looking for you?
King Ahab?
He was in your house.
He was? What happened to my parents?
Oh, they're down there. When we heard, Dad didn't think it was you. But Mom did. Grandma and Grandpa are here too. And Uncle Michael and everyone. They said you're here to talk to God?
That's the idea.
How?
Well, you'll see. Don't worry.
Okay, I did what you said. When you left, I didn't worship Asherah.
Lila, I'm so proud of you.
There sure are a lot of them. Are you gonna be okay?
Alone, probably not, but I've got God on my side. Besides, Ahab needs me or he's gonna be king of an empty desert. Now, go tell everyone to find a place to sit. Somewhere in the shade. I think the sun's going to be blazing today.
Sun? But I thought it was gonna rain.
With those priests trying first, I don't expect too many clouds.
God be with you, Uncle.
And you, Lila. see you made it all right.
Let's not waste time. You're here. The sons of Baal are here. Say your piece and be done with it.
Very well. People of Israel, how long will you waver between two opinions? If Baal is God, follow him. But if the Lord is God, follow him. I am the only one of the Lord's prophets left, but Baal has 450 prophets. Let them get 2 bulls for us. Let the prophets of Baal prepare it and set it upon the altar, but not light fire to it. I will take a bull for myself and prepare it, but not set fire to it. Then you call upon the name of your God, and I will call upon the name of the Lord. The one who answers with fire, he is God.
Sacrifice! Bring the wood! Let us see! Bring the wood! Bring the wood! Bring the wood! Let us see! Bring the wood!
What say you?
What you say is good!
So, little prophet, how do you want to do this?
You choose the bull first, since there are so many of you. Cut it up into pieces and place it on the wood, but do not light the fire.
Prepare the animal. Baal will feast.
Shout louder. Surely he is a god. Perhaps he is in deep thought or traveling. Maybe he's deep asleep and must be awakened. Perhaps he's had a big dinner and a little too much to drink. Try jumping, that may help. Bring me wood for the fire. The Lord spoke to our father Abraham, saying, "The life of the flesh is in the blood, for it is the blood that makes atonement for the soul." The God your fathers worshipped is not like Baal. He does not need our offerings. He does not feast on burnt meat and poured out wine. Instead, he has given sacrifices to us as a gift, a way to be made right with him. You are all here because you want rain for the crops, water for the fields, and you think it is mine to give. But the rain belongs to God, and he has more than your presence here. He asks that you remember him and his promises from long ago. Promises that if we kept his commandments, he would bless the land and bless us all. That is what he wants, that we would be his people and he would be our God. Now, fill large jars of water and pour it out over the altar and the offering. Do it a third time. O Lord, God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, prove today that you are God in Israel, and that I am your servant. Prove that I have done all this at your command, O Lord. Answer me. Answer me so these people may know that you, O Lord, are God, and that you have brought them back to yourself. The Lord, He is God! The Lord,
He is God! The Lord, He is God! The Lord, He is God! The Lord, He is God!
Seize the prophets of Baal! They have tried to lead you to the pit, to kill you in a way more permanent than death itself. Take them down in the valley. May God have mercy on you.
That was amazing.
Uncle Elijah!
But send water, all right? See.
Yes, Aaron and Tobin.
Where did you learn to make fire from the sky? No, me, Aaron. How are you going to bring the rain back?
Aaron and Tobin, the answers to both of your questions is God. I just asked God and He sent the fire. Now I'll ask Him again and He'll send the rain. Would you like to ask with me? Lord, your people have returned to you this day. It is done. Now, to show that you are God in Israel, send rain upon the land once again. Tobin, will you do me a favor? Go up and look toward the sea. What is it, Lila?
I don't get it. I tried that before.
You mean praying for rain?
I thought you were going to do something special. But if it's just that, then why?
You mean, why didn't it work for you?
Yes, I don't mean it bad. It's just, why does God listen to you and not to me?
Nothing.
Go again. I don't have a good answer, Lila. I think it has a lot to do with things that we don't necessarily control, though.
What do you mean?
Well, God has spoken to me very specifically. I'm not really sure why. It makes me think that there are factors involved that I don't quite understand. I do think God always listens, though, even if the answer isn't always yes. I know that's not what you wanted to hear, but if you're looking for a ritual where you do something specific and God has to do something in return, well, that's what the priests of Baal tried to do, and you saw how well that worked for them. If He had to do something you asked, He wouldn't be God.
Still nothing.
Go again.
But what about the rain? If I had prayed, I don't think God would have sent there.
Technically, the rain isn't back just yet.
You know what I mean.
As far as the rain is concerned, I think the only reason I can pray for it is because it's my responsibility. You remember what I told you about what Moses wrote? That was written hundreds of years ago. I think God was waiting for someone to come along and ask for His promise to be fulfilled. I just happened to be that person. When I did, though, I took on the responsibility and it became my thing. Even if I didn't realize it at the time.
Nothing.
Go again.
Why can't she go?
Because she's a girl. Lila, even though I've seen some pretty miraculous things, I don't think they happened because I'm particularly special.
Why then?
I think because I took on the responsibility. That took a lot of miracles to get me here, to where I could kneel in front of this altar and pray and believe God would truly answer.
There's nothing there. Just sky. No rain.
Go again.
So what you're saying is, it could have been anyone who did what you did today.
Something like that. I do believe most people would have needed to see some truly miraculous things before God sent them here.
There's a cloud as small as a man's hand coming from the sea.
Excellent. One more trip, Tobin. This time to King Ahab. Go tell the king, go down and get your chariot ready so that the rain doesn't stop you. I'm heading to Jezreel, so I may not see you. Thank you, Tobin.
You're leaving again. God be with you.
And you, Lila.
He did what?
Jezebel, you weren't there. You didn't see.
No, I wasn't there because if I had been, I would have his head as my cup right now.
What was I supposed to do? Exactly. fight my way through the crowd to
You're
rescue...
still the king, aren't you? Maybe try acting like one.
Jezebel, he called down fire from the sky.
You actually believe that?
Have you lost your mind? He tricked you, Ahab. He played you for a fool.
Jezebel, please listen.
No, I have done enough listening. You are going to get me that man's head on a plate.
I most definitely will not. I wouldn't go after that man with an army at my back.
Do it myself.
You most definitely will not either. Jezebel, you can't.
I am the queen of Israel. I can do whatever I bloody well please.
You don't understand.
I'm not having that man call down destruction on my palace just to satisfy your lust.
Coward!
What did you say?
Who heard me? Afraid of a little man with a few strange tricks.
No. I'm afraid of a man who apparently has God himself on his side. You should be too.
My father was mistaken there.
Well, that makes two of us.
Although, you could always leave, I suppose. But then you wouldn't be queen. And as long as you are, you ought to remember that I am your king and husband. And as long as you want to keep it that way, I expect you to show a modicum of respect.
The sky grew black with clouds, the wind rose, and a heavy rain came on. King Ahab rode off in his chariot from Mount Carmel all the way back to the palace in Jezreel, as fast as he could go. But the Lord came upon Uncle Elijah, and in tucking his cloak into his belt, he ran ahead of Ahab all the way to Jezreel.
Ahead of the chariot? All the way to Jezreel?
That's right. Whoa. So the long drought was ended by the power of God and Elijah's obedience.
But still, Queen Jezebel worships Baal.
In her stubborn pride, she refuses to acknowledge the one true God. Instead of turning to him, she turned to anger and vowed to kill Uncle Elijah.
That was when Uncle Elijah became afraid and ran for his life.
Did he run fast ahead of the chariot again?
No, silly. He wasn't really running. He was running away.
That's right, Aaron. This time, it was much, much further than 20 miles. Emma, do you remember the story about Moses and the bush that was on fire, but not actually burning?
Mm-hmm. And God talked to Moses there. That was on Mount Horeb.
That's right. That's where Uncle Elijah went. It was a long, long way.
God talked to Elijah there too.
He did? What did God say?
God said, "What are you doing here, Elijah?"
And Uncle Elijah said, I have been very zealous for the Lord God Almighty. My people have broken down your altars, rejected your covenants, and put your prophets to death with the sword. Now, I'm the only one left, and they're trying to kill me too.
So he said to stand on top of the mountain in the presence of the Lord, for the Lord is about to pass by.
Then came a great and powerful wind. It tore the mountain apart and shattered the rocks before the Lord. But the Lord was not in the wind.
After the wind came an earthquake, but the Lord was not in the earthquake. After the earthquake
Came a fire, but the Lord was not in the fire.
And after the fire came a gentle whisper. When Elijah heard it, he pulled his cloak over his head, for he knew God was speaking in the gentle whisper.
God listened to Elijah first, then God whispered to Elijah that he must return to Israel and continue God's mission to his people.
God also told Uncle Elijah that he wasn't alone, that there were still thousands of others who hadn't bowed or worshipped to Baal, including Uncle Elijah's friend, Elisha.
I like Elisha. He likes figs better than pomegranates. He's just like me.
Wasn't Elisha a farmer before working with Uncle Elijah?
He was, but he gave all that up to help his friend Elijah. So for the past few years, they've been working together, still doing what God tells them to do.
I'm sure they could tell us more amazing stories.
I wish they were here to tell them to us now.
Well, first of all, they aren't here. And secondly, it's time for you to go to bed.
Mama, do you think God will ever talk to me the way that he talked to Uncle Elijah?
Maybe not in the same way. But if you keep listening, I believe that God is always trying to tell us something, in many different ways. I know one way God is talking to you.
You do?
I do, through your mother. God told me to tell you that it's time for you to go to bed.
Elisha, stay here, for the Lord has told me to go on to the Jordan River.
Surely as the Lord lives and you yourself live, I'll never leave you.
Very well then. Elisha, tell me, what do you think would have happened if you would have stayed with your plow?
I suppose I'd be married by now. Beyond that, I'm not exactly sure. I don't think I would be happy though.
You enjoy wandering the country and sleeping outside?
Not that part so much, but I'm happy to have done it at your side.
And if I wasn't here?
Then I would still do it, but I might change a few things. I would buy more figs and fewer pomegranates.
Come on. You know, you may not be able to save them, Elisha.
Save who?
Israel. I tried a long time, but do what you can, win where you can, save who you can. But it may be too late. Israel may already be lost.
And if it is?
Then it is. I spent a lifetime trying to get that people to remember, but if they won't, they won't. No one but God can change that. You can't carry that burden on your own. I tried, and it doesn't work.
And if Israel isn't lost?
Then you'll be the one to find out.
So, we've made it to the Jordan. Where to now?
You know, Moses would have been here. And Joshua. Joshua would have crossed somewhere near here, and Moses would have probably stayed on this side.
Seems we're heading in the wrong direction then.
Depends on why we're here. Elisha, tell me what I can do for you before I'm taken from you.
Taken from me? You're leaving? You're leaving. Please, let me inherit 2 shares of your spirit.
2 shares. The traditional birthright of the firstborn. What you've asked is difficult. If you see me being taken from you, you'll have it. If not, you won't.
My father! See the chariots and horsemen of Israel!
May the Lord bless you and keep you. May He make His face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the countenance of the Lord fall upon you. May He grant you peace. May He grant you
another day in Kirith Ravine.
Ah! What? Huh? I'm awake.
Not me. Many of you may think this is a piece of chicken, but fun fact about jerry-rigging fake chicken. It's Pecksniff's nose from Martin Tells a Wit.
Simeon, what's it like to play a dead guy?
It's very slow and boring.
Here's some blame. Statues of Liberty. Yeah. Freedom and liberty. Yes. Behind the scenes, day 3, filming of Elijah. Who are you ladies? And what are you looking forward to today?
Chanting.
All right. Go. Yeah, this is our second shooter. She's very effective and talented.
Because he's a psycho.
Go.
I know! Why are you telling me things that I already know? There's no wine, there's no water. Pretty soon, there's no Obadiah.
But what about fresh meat or fruit?
What about it? Wait, don't say anything. I already know. There isn't any. You're always telling me things that I already know. Well, you'll have to tell me tomorrow. I have to leave for today.
But
Enough already. Goodbye. Who do you think I am, Elijah or something?
But we're starving.
Jezebel. Didn't you hear that Jezebel? Trying to kill all.
I don't know if I like the hand thing, but I like it.
Didn't you hear that Jezebel tried to kill all the prophets of the Lord? I heard it's like blonde, like dog.
Well, it's working again.
Yay. And looking, well, fed, I might add. It is really you, Elijah, isn't it?
Obadiah?
Obadiah, your servant.
You mean King Ahab's servant?
Yes, your servant, Ahab's servant. He may be well fed, but a slight bit confused.
I'm here to talk to Ahab. Go tell the king Elijah's here.
Did I say confused? I should have said that. Demented! Are you serious?
Typically. Why?
He wants to know why. I'll tell you why. It has been 3 years, you know. It has been. Lies the price Ahab promised to anyone who found you? He doesn't. Of course he doesn't. Have you realized the situation in Israel?
He hasn't
course he hasn't. And now all of a sudden, I'm talking to Ahab. 3 years you've been gone. And what has he done? No one knows.
I've been busy, but I'm here to finish things.
Finish things, he says. Wait, finish things, really, truly?
Yes. Now, go tell the king that Elijah is here. I swear by the Lord God Almighty in whose presence I stand that I will speak to the king this very day.
Then no time to wait, let's go!
Alright, can you do it again? Only.
Did you see the wool falling down?
No, I'll just do like this.
No, that's why we're gonna apply it.
That your kid too.
We don't have any men.
That is Hey, is that glow in the dark knife?
Yes, it is.
Really?
Yeah, then if
Oh.
you actually like drop a match,
glow in the dark
you
knife.
get like a really cool firework.
Water make you wet.
I don't know, but that creek said
Forever
right.
picture. Go where you want to go, up on top of the mountain.
Okay, there's
Water wet or is water?
These are my prom shoes. I don't want to break your official.
Oh my goodness.
Initiation.
Find a spot.
The club.